Unfortunately, this YouTube video I've chosen has not normalized their audio. So the songs they keep being louder and quieter. I have to adjust them. Okay. I think this should work? Gonna give this a try real quick, and then we're off to the races. It didn't
Once
exactly
upon a time,
work.
there was a boy named
it did
Jimmy.
work.
Little Jimmy never wanted to eat his vegetables or fruits one day, thought all that would change, and he would learn the lesson of why you should always eat your vegetables and fruits, and be nice to everybody you meet, no matter what. Jimmy was a kind little boy, and he would always say hello to everybody. One day, he met a kitty cat. Jimmy liked the kitty cat and wanted to play with it, but the kitty cat ran away. Jimmy felt sad. That was the last time he ever saw the kitty cat. After that day, the kitty cat did not come back. Jimmy looked for it everywhere, but it was gone. He could not find it. He did not know what had become of it, and he never wanted to find out either.
Putting it in the chat doesn't do anything. You gotta vote for it in the Twitch poll. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to find a new video with normalized audio.
Then one day, Gimli was out in the woods, and he saw two mice fighting over something. Gimli had not seen mice fight before, and it was very interesting. He watched in amazement as the two mice fought. Eventually, one of the mice won and ran off with its prize. Gimli decided to go see what the mice had been fighting over. It was a piece of cheese.
All right, give me a second. I have to find a different song collection. The non-normalized audio is going to make this impossible. It just gets randomly much louder. Give me one moment. One brief musicless moment. Let's see. I'm gonna hope that this video is normalized audio. Here's hoping.
Gimli had never seen cheese, and he was very curious. He ran as fast as he could to where the mice had been. The mice had gone, so they had run away.
This kid's never seen cheese before.
How odd, what is this substance? Gimli asked aloud, sampling a major taste of the yellow morsel of food. He immediately felt a rush of delight run through his entire body, and he felt very energetic. Gimli continued to eat the cheese, and he kept eating until he had eaten it all. Then he began to feel very sick. He could not get up, and he could not move.
This is already a very strange story.
He lay there, feeling terrible, until he died.
What the fuck? We just started. Why'd it do that?
But this was not the end of Gimli's story. When Gimli died, he woke up as a little kitten. Gimli had turned into a kitten, and he began to live a new life.
Alright, sure. I guess that's what we're going with. That, honestly, good on you, chat, for not picking A.
Gimli was sad, for he missed his old buddy, and he missed his old friends. His only friend now was the little kitten that had lived next door to him, and that kitten was now his best friend. Gimli was sad about that, too. One day, Gimli was walking down a street. He stopped, and he saw a little house. The little house had funny little windows, and it had a chimney. Gimli had always wanted a little house like that. I wonder who lives there, he thought. Maybe I can play with the kitty cat who lives there. That would be fun. Gimli walked up to the door, and he knocked on the door. Gimli heard the thumps of a kitty cat's feet as someone slowly opened their door.
I love the way he says kitty cat.
Hello, said the kitty cat. Who are you? Hello, said Gimli. My name is Gimli. Oh, hello, Gimli. I'm Kitty, said the kitty cat.
Not a very original name, but I'll take it.
Would you like to come inside? Yes, thank you, said Gimli. Okay, come on in, said the kitty cat. Gimli walked into the house.
I guess we just live in a cat world now, where cats are humans.
It was a very nice house. It had lots of toys and treats inside, and it was very colorful. Gimli played with all of the toys, and he ate all of the treats. Can I play with you? Asked Gimli. Sure, said Kitty.
Oh, by the way, if it ties, it's just gonna take the top answer. Okay, it didn't tie. It almost did, though.
What would you like to play? Gimli's sad feelings began to leave him as he played with Kitty. Gimli felt happy. I wonder what I should name you, said Gimli. Maybe I should call you Kitty, like you are. No, said Kitty. You should call me Kitty, like you are. Okay, I will, said Gimli. Kitty and Gimli played together for the rest of the day. But Gimli's happy times would not last forever. In fact, Gimli's life would be irreversibly changed that next day. The next day, Gimli was playing outside with Kitty. They ran around and played and had fun. But Gimli began to feel sick again. He lay on the ground and he felt awful. Oh, Kitty, said Gimli, I'm so sick. What's wrong with you, Gimli? Asked Kitty. I don't know. I feel sick. I feel sick in my stomach, said Gimli.
Stomach.
Have you been eating your vegetables and fruits? Kitty demanded to know. Yes, said Gimli. I ate all my fruits and vegetables and everything. I ate all of my treat, too. You ate your treat. Asked Kitty. What was it?
You know what? Let's find out. Hard choice here. You know, I don't generate the options. So AI Dungeon just really wants it to be cheese, I guess.
It was cheese, said Gimli. I found a little piece of cheese and I ate it. It tasted good, but it made me sick. Kitty's face fell, and she began to tremble. Oh, no. Said Kitty, you are cheese, you can't eat cheese. Why not? Asked Jimmy. Because, said Kitty, it's not safe. Don't you know what cheese is? No.
I did not mean to do a poll. My bad. But I didn't mean to press the poll button, but you know, we're doing a poll now.
Said Jimmy, what are you talking about? Cheese is a monster, said Kitty. It's a monster that eats everything. It eats people. It eats houses, it eats everything. But, said Jimmy, I did myself. It didn't eat me. Yes, it did, said Kitty. Said Kit, it
The narrator is getting scared. It's okay. He'll get through this. He'll get over it. Just give him a little bit.
It's a monster. Don't you see? It ate you.
Wow, 2 in a row. How lucky are we? Okay, come on. You can do it.
It ate you, and now you are. Did. But I'm not dead. I'm alive, Jimmy argued. Look, Jimmy then did something amazing. He stood up, and he...
Leaving me on the edge of my seat here. Yeah, this is AI Dungeon.
jumped.
Okay. AI Dungeon having some issues today. Which one do you want? A period or the letter J? Like I said, I cannot control the whims of AI Dungeon, so sometimes this just happens. Okay. There's no way this is gonna...
Jimny's body became light and airy, and he floated up into the ski. Kitty, Jimny called.
Alright, as long as the plot is getting progressed, whatever.
Kitty, Kitty. Kitty did not answer Jimny. She simply stared up at Jimny and cried. Kitty, say Jimmy. I'm a live. No, say Kitty. Gimli ascended higher and higher. It seemed like he would never, ever fall down. Gimli was so happy. Kitty, say Gimli. I'm so happy. Say Gimli. I'll finally meet the Maker, Gimli exclaimed excitedly. Yes, said Kitty. Yes, you will. But, said Gimli.
Lots of short generations today by AI Dungeon.
I need a name for you. Gimli was so happy. He had finally met the Maker. You shall be called, said Gimli. The Maker, said Gimli, is a very good name. I'm pleased with the name, too, said Gimli's Maker.
This story is already getting a little abstract for my tastes, but we'll keep on. Maybe it'll start making sense again. May have to drive this story in another direction.
I want you to make me a mummy and daddy, said Gimli. I will, said Gimli's Maker. And I want you to make me a house, said Gimli. I will. And I want you to make me a garden, too, said Gimli. I will. I want you to make me a car, said Gimli. I will. Make me a truck, too, said Gimli. Make me a houseboat, too, and a swimming pool, said Gimli. You're asking for a lot, don't you think, Gimli? Asked the Maker, but Gimli did not listen. He was too happy. I want you to make me a snowmobile, and a snowblower, and a snowshoes. That is a lot of things, said Gimli's Maker. Gimli's Maker began to become irritated with the boy. You must stop asking for things, Gimli's Maker cried out. But Gimli did not listen. He was too happy. I want you to make me a rocket ship, and an airplane, and a helicopter. That is a lot of things, said Gimli's Maker. If you ask for one more thing, there will be dire consequences for you, boy, one Gimli's Maker. Make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, said Gimli. That is not a thing, said Gimli's Maker. It is, you can make it. I want it. Gimli's maker cast Gimli down, 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 below the clouds, below the dirt, below the oceans, below the earth's mantle. Gimli fell, and fell, and fell. Gimli was a speck, a speck, a speck. You shall never meet the maker, said Gimli's maker. Gimli was sad.
Damn. Well, he didn't listen to him.
He missed his maker. I wish you had let me live, said Gimli. I wish you had stayed down, said Gimli's maker. I wish you were here with me, said Gimli. I'm here, said Gimli. No, said Gimli's maker. That is not me. Gimli was sad. He missed his maker. I wish I were with you. Well, there is one way I can return you to my side, Gimli, the maker said, cryptically. What is that way? Asked Gimli.
Good choice, Cat.
It is simple, said Gimli's maker. You must eat your vegetables. No, said Gimli. Yes, said Gimli's maker. Gimli was sad. He missed his maker. I wish I were with you. If I eat my vegetables, said Gimli, I can return to you. Yes.
Is Gimli still a cat in this part of the story?
Then I'm going to eat them. Gimli ate his vegetables, and he waited. Gimli waited, and he waited. Gimli waited, and waited, and waited. Gimli waited, and waited, and waited, and waited, and waited. Hello, Gimli, said Gimli's maker. Hello, said Gimli. I'm glad you ate your vegetables. It has been so long. It has been 900 years. It is time to return to me, Gimli. I'm sorry, said Gimli. I cannot. I will wait no longer. Goodbye, Gimli, said Gimli's maker.
What? I'm literally getting an error on the AI dungeon side. It will not continue this story. Hang on, maybe if I... Maybe I have to give it an input. Maybe I pressed enter too many times.
Goodbye, maker, said Gimli.
Or... Here. I'm gonna refresh the page. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the stream. It is literally it is not allowing me to continue this story in any way. It does not work anymore. I guess that's the end of the story of Gimli. That was a pretty anticlimactic ending, but the program is literally not allowing me. Here, let me, you know what? Here, let me undo some stuff. Let's see if this maybe makes it work. It appears that it has not made it work. Okay, well that's the end of Gimli's story because the program has completely broken and it is not allowing me to continue it any further, so... Sorry for the anticlimax, but I have no control over this. Let's get a new story. Just throwing in another prompt here. Give me a second. Oops. 1 second. Why is this not working anymore? Come on.
This is a fable known as the squirrel and the rabbit. Once upon a time, there was a big forest. And in this forest, many animals lived. But the most famous animal of them all was the rabbit. They were so beloved by everybody. They were a celebrity, but there was one animal who did not like the rabbit. The squirrel did not care for the rabbit. In fact, the squirrel hated the rabbit. This is their story. The rabbit and the squirrel met one day, and it was not a pleasant meeting. The rabbit watched a swarm of bees fly past, when the squirrel jumped out of a tree and scooped up the swarm of bees. The rabbit stared at the squirrel in anger, who acted surprised and innocent. Those are not your bees. The rabbit accused the squirrel. Those bees belong to everybody. I thought they were mine, the squirrel said, so I took them. You can just take things that you want stealing. Well, then I guess I'm not a very good squirrel, the squirrel said.
A goose I'm not.
Should I stop being a squirrel? No, but you shouldn't steal. Well, I guess I'll keep stealing, the squirrel said, and ran off. But this was not the last time the two would meet. In fact, the two would meet up several times. The rabbit would try to teach the squirrel how to be nice, but the squirrel would brush the rabbit off. The squirrel would steal things from the rabbit, and the rabbit would try to teach the squirrel to be good and to share.
AI Dungeon thinking really hard about this part.
But the squirrel would bite the rabbit's head off and then run off. The rabbit would chase after the squirrel, but the squirrel would always be one step ahead of him. One day, the two met at the river. The rabbit was bathing in the cool river when the squirrel approached. The rabbit was wearing a necklace, and it was his favorite necklace. The rabbit was bathing because he wanted a new necklace, and he was going to show it to the squirrel.
Perhaps they meant bite the rabbit's head off in a figurative sense, not literally.
The rabbit was very proud of his necklace. Look, squirrel, look how beautiful this necklace is. Oh, that's sweet. Can I pet your necklace? No, why not? Can I pet your necklace?
Totally normal thing to ask.
No, it's mine. But it's so pretty, can I pet it? No. Oh, why not? Can I pet it? Can I pet it? Can I pet it?
Damn, this squirrel is pretty fucking annoying.
The rabbit was very upset. Just leave my things alone. Oh, I'll leave your necklace alone. But can I pet you? No, just leave. The rabbit was very upset.
This is Bomberman music. This is from Bomberman Hero. It's called Milky.
I thought you liked me. I do like you. I'm just upset that you stole my necklace. I didn't steal it, I found it. So you just took it. Sure, I found your necklace, so I stole it. Oh, so it's up for you to steal, but not me. No, it's not up for you to steal. You should share. Well, I guess I'll just keep stealing then.
I have no idea what's happening.
This conversation went on for a while. The rabbit begged the squirrel to stop stealing, but the squirrel just laughed. Finally, the rabbit gave up and swam across the river, leaving the squirrel behind. I just don't understand why you don't steal. It's so much fun. Well, I guess I'll just stay nice like you. Yusuf side you, white side. Okay.
Come on. I need to put in a button that's like, stop babbling.
No, don't be like me, be like the fox. The fox steals and eats. What does he eat? Rabbits the squirrel lost and lost and lost. But I don't want you to kill me. Want you to
Come on.
Don't worry, I won't kill you. I'll just steal from you. That's what I like, steal. But I don't want to steal. Then I guess I'll just keep being nice. Just then, there was a rustling in the brush behind the squirrel. A big, ferocious wolf jumped out from behind a tree and attacked the squirrel. The squirrel screamed and screamed, and the rabbit ran to the rescue. "Ewok," the rabbit asked. "Now I'm being eaten alive," the squirrel cried. "Don't worry, I'll save you. You.
Oh, come on. It's happening so much today. I swear it doesn't usually do this much. I have no control over this.
No, save yourself, save yourself, save yourself. What? Save yourself. The wolf is going to eat you. Eat you too.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think it does happen more with quotation marks, which unfortunately is happening a lot this story.
What? Save yourself, save yourself. The wolf bit the squirrel's head off, and the rabbit ran off?
Well.
I just don't understand him, the rabbit said. Maybe he just doesn't want to be your friend anymore.
Who is he talking to?
We can't be friends anymore. Well, you can try being his friend again, or you can just be nice to him.
You know what? I'm just gonna ask.
Who is the rabbit talking to? The squirrel or the wolf?
That's not helpful.
or somebody else entirely.
It told me there was a technical issue generating a response. Let's see. Boy, AI Dungeon is not being very kind to us today. It is being quite, frustrating. Well, I would put it to a vote, but I literally can't get it to generate any more text. Oh, hey, you know what? I forgot what I can do. I can have it generate an image. Okay. That is the current state of our story according to AI Dungeon and its infinite AI wisdom. Okay. Well, I think we may just have to start another story. I'll give it another go and see if it can generate and nope. It cannot. It is not. It's not doing it. That's the end of that story. Once again, due to technical limitations. Look, I tried making a person story the first time, but it turned him into a cat. I can't do anything about that. I didn't tell AI Dungeon to turn him into a cat. That just happened. Alright, you know what? Let's do something conceptually simple. Let's just do a fantasy story. How about that? We will just do a fantasy story. Alright, I'm gonna do... can I make a chat from it? Or can I make a vote from in here? No towers. Look, I didn't introduce the tower either. That was all AI Dungeon. I didn't do that. I'm gonna make a poll for the type of fantasy story we do. As soon as I find the poll button. Where is the poll button? Ah. Here we go. We can only have 5 options. So, I'm just gonna put some of the options in here. We'll do that one, that one. That one. Okay. We're gonna do a poll. Spelt noble wrong. How did I do that? Yeah, you want to do a Nobel story? It's looking like it's probably going to be a witch story. Alright. It is indeed a witch story. we shall do a story about a witch, but I get to pick the name. Hold on. Do that.
You are Teddy, a witch living on the edge of the medieval kingdom of Larian. You have a wand and a pet alligator named Beppo. As you sit in your swamp hut mixing a magical potion, you hear a knock at the door. You open it and see...
What?
A large, ugly, smelly, 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 smelly.
Is AI Dungeon okay today?
Smelly, 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 smelly.
It didn't even give a noun. There's just a bunch of adjectives. Oh my god, are you fucking around?
Smelly, 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 smelly.
I promise
smelly,
I'm not doing
smelly,
this.
Smelly, smelly.
It's too funny for me to have come up with this.
Smelly, 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 smelly.
I think I have to give it a... I have to give it a noun.
Goblin. I'm a goblin, the goblin says. What do you want? You ask, wrinkling your nose. I'm a scout for Larian, the goblin says. We're recruiting witches to join the army and defeat the ice dragon.
I'm a goblin, says the goblin.
The goblin gives you a scroll.
All right, these are two different directions. What? There is an issue again. What's going on? This is just a normal ass story. And it also didn't read it for some reason. Is AI Dungeon just not having a good day today? Did I just pick the wrong day? Did they... Okay, well, the story is continuing, but now the voice has broken. Let me do a quick voice test. Oh, the bot went down. Kami! Kami, are you watching? The bot died. I don't have any control over the bot. No, they're not getting DDoSed. It's definitely not like a DDoS issue. Dang it. I'm gonna have to at Kami. 1 second. Sorry about this. But I have no control over it. Oh, okay, wait. The bot might be back. The bot might be back. Let's see. And now AI Dungeon isn't working. There's always something broken. What the hell? This is very unfortunate. Can I like, is it the model? Can I change the model and it'll work? And why am I on Dragon Beta? Maybe that's why it's being weird. I didn't turn it on to the beta. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay.
I'll think about it.
Hey.
You say, closing the door. You read the scroll. It says that the Ice Dragon has taken over the kingdom of Marceline and rules with an iron claw.
Alright, I think we're back in it. We got a story.
The Ice Dragon rules with an iron claw. The king of the land, King Krichevka, has been unsuccessfully trying to dethrone the dragon for years.
Oh, so the dragon just... It's the dragon's country.
The princesses of the land have all been kidnapped by the dragon. The king has put out a call to the surrounding kingdoms for help. You read that the kingdom of Marceline is very large and prosperous. There are many frogs there. There are also many goblins in the land of Marceline. The kingdom is divided into 4 large sections, with a goblin army in each section. The goblins are very unhappy about living under dragon rule. The people of the kingdom are unhappy about living under dragon rule. There are many princesses in the land of Marceline.
Can we get the story to progress? I don't need to know any more backstory about the land of Marceline. I'm good. I get it. I get the lore.
The Ice Dragon has many treasures. There are many knights in the land of Marceline. You can either sign up to join the army or remain neutral. You decide not to join the army. You feed the piece of paper to your pet all
What?
You decide to sign up as a mercenary.
That's not what I
You
wanted.
have joined the Goblin army. The goblins are very happy about this. You march for days on end without seeing any sign of the enemy. You desert your platoon and go back to the swamp. You are a traitor to the Goblin army. You return to your swamp hut. The alligator eats you.
This is like just the shittiest DM. Like, oh, you didn't want to do my Goblin army story, huh? Well, how about you go back home and your pet eats you? Fuck that. I'm gonna win.
The alligator spits you back up.
God damn it.
The alligator eats you again. You are dead.
Are you kidding?
You are brought back to life, a miracle. You are a witch with a pet alligator.
Okay.
You have a wand and a spell book. You decide to cast an enchantment on the princess so she falls in love with a toad.
Alright, at least this is a story. I'm fine with that. I guess the world reset. I don't know. That seems like a witch thing to do.
You cast the enchantment successfully.
Oh, come on.
You decide to try another enchantment to turn the king into a frog. The spell backfires, turning you into a frog. You hop into the nearest pond and drown.
How are you gonna drown if you are a frog? That doesn't make any sense. Frogs are excellent swimmers. I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna beat this story.
Luckily, that was all a dream. You wake up and are very happy that you are still a witch and that you are not a frog. You decide to go back to sleep and try something else. You have decided to go back to sleep and try again. When you wake up, you are a humming again. You open your spellbook and read about an enchantment for turning wood into gold.
It seems useful.
You decide to give it a try. You chant, you wave your wand, you do everything you're supposed to do. You turn a nearby stick into gold. You decide to try another enchantment.
Surprisingly, fitting music. Let's see what we get here. Hello? My pole generator has appeared to have malfunctioned. Hold on. We're gonna give it another go. Give me a second. This is all built with toothpicks and spit, so I'm not really surprised when it totally breaks, but we're gonna try the pole again. No, this isn't even AI Dungeons. This is my own code that's breaking now, so I can't really complain. Although, it shouldn't be breaking this hard. Oh, did my server die? Man, everything is just breaking. Okay. I think it's working now. I restarted it. Giving it one more good old college try. What a successful and fun stream. You guys having fun at least? It's not going anywhere near as smooth as last time. Oh my god, and now AI Dungeon is broken again. What is going on? Every single part of this rickety setup I have that can break has broken. There is nothing else at this point that could break unless my computer shuts off. That would be the last thing that could happen that would be bad, is that if there's a power surge and my computer or internet just explodes. Uh-oh. Okay, something has gone wrong again. I think it's about to spit out a pole? I don't know. No, it just broke. Oh my gosh. I do not know what... Oh, what the fuck? What is going on? Everything is breaking! AI Dungeon's freaking the fuck out. What is going on? It's all broken. It's, oh my god, everything is fucking exploding. This is not supposed to be happening. I think I might just have to do a hard reset on everything. It's the story that's supposed to be crazy, not the technology underneath the story. I think the pole thing is just not gonna go away. Yeah, it broke. Everything broke. Okay, give me a second here. We're just gonna have to restart everything. Okay. Get me the fuck out of this stupid story. We're gonna do this again. And it's gonna work. I promise. Probably. Maybe. I think it might work. We're gonna give this another go. I'm a believer this time.
Your friend, the royal tailor.
Okay, well, it left out the first
he
part,
says.
but whatever.
How are you this lovely fall day?
The beginning is the same of the beginning as the last one. We're toady, we have an alligator. That's what's going on.
I'm fine, but I'm a little bussy. You say, is there something I can help you with? I just wanted to invite you to the annual princess parade in the kingdom, he says.
The annual princess parade?
Every year, the royal family and kingdom residents come together to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity in the kingdom. Oh, that sounds lovely, you say. I might have to pass this time. I have a lot of work to do for the kingdom. Oh, really? He asks. I didn't realize you were working on anything important. I'm not, but I'm sure the king has work for me to do, you say.
This is a good song.
I suppose that's true, he says. I'll see you later then. You wave goodbye to your friend and close the door. You return to trying to perfect a spell which can boil somebody's blood inside of their own body. It's very difficult, but if you can perfect it, it could prove very useful. As you work, you hear another knock at the door. You decide to ignore it and continue working on your spell. The knocking gets louder and louder and louder. It drowns out the sound of your boiling potion, which is starting to overflow. Finally, you get fed up. All right, I'm coming, you yell. What do you want, you scream as you throw open the door? What do you want, you scream as you throw open the door?
Okay.
A gush of wind knocks you back as the door swings open. You see a woman dressed in black leather armor. Her face is partially hidden by a featureless iron helmet. A long sword hangs by her side. What are you doing in my swamp, you ask? Your swamp? She asks with a smirk.
I can't believe they actually generated that line.
This is my house. The woman pushes you
What?
aside and steps into your hut. She looks around at your books and potions before turning to you. So, what are you? She asks. I'm the Blood Witch, you tell her, confused. You're a witch? She asks. Yes, I'm a witch. No, I mean, what kind of witch are you? I'm a Blood Witch.
This is already explained.
No, not your specialty. I mean, are you a good witch or a bad witch? A good witch, of course. The woman bursts out laughing. Of course, she says.
The good blood witch. Oh, it's okay. I'm the good blood witch.
You're a good witch. I get it. She walks towards you and stares into your eyes. I'm not sure if you're a good witch or a bad witch, she says.
This person is very confused.
But there's one thing I do know. You're a survivor. The woman continues to stare into your eyes. She holds her hands out, and you see that her palms are red with blood. Cool, isn't it? She asked you. What the hell is going on? You ask. I'm a vampire, she
Holy
says,
shit.
and you're coming with me. She grabs your wrist and bites into it.
What the fuck?
You feel sharp pain, and then a cold liquid flooding into your body. It's not blood. Oh, the test is amazing, she says. Show me to your bedroom.
Oh, it's okay. I have safe mode on, so nothing that bad can happen.
You lead her to your
I
bedroom,
have safe mode
and
on.
she pushes you onto the bed. I'm going to have a lot of
I
fun
have safe
with you,
mode on.
she
AI
says.
dungeon. Hey, did you remember when I turned that on? Specifically? Should I risk my Twitch career on pressing the enter button? I kind of want to. I'm not gonna lie. I am looking at the settings. I have safe mode on. Let me put this into context. I did not type any of this that you have seen. This whole section, this is entirely AI Dungeons generation. I did not do it. I'm gonna press enter. I gotta be ready to switch the scene away.
You won't get away with this,
Okay,
you
we
say,
can't. No, we can't go any farther. We can't. I have to assume direct control. This is not going. No.
She turns into a giant bat. Well, look at this cool trick. I can't do it when I'm wearing my armor, which is why I took it off. She flaps her wings and lands on your chest. She licks her lips and looks down at you. I'm going to take my time eating you, part by part.
This is still kind of iffy. I still don't like this, but...
She licks her lips and moves in for the kill. You vaporize her blood in an instant, turning her into an empty husk of skin and dry flesh. Just a really big pile of beef jerky with eyes. Or you say, that was kind of cool. You quickly take a dry corpse and hide it in the corner of your room. There, that'll fool anyone.
That was my input. I wasn't gonna let that go anywhere that's gonna get me fucking banned from Twitch.
You spend the rest of the night brewing potions and reading books. You finally go to bed, falling asleep with your head full of plans for your future as a powerful blood witch. You awake to the sunlight shining through your window and groggily turn over. One of these days I'm going to get a room with a proper ceiling. Just then, you hear a noise.
I can't believe AI Dungeon was gonna get me banned from Twitch. Oh my god.
Chow. You hear a quiet voice. You leap out of bed and peek out the window. You see a woman outside, dressed in black leather armor, holding a finger to her lips.
Come on.
Come on, she whispers loudly. She begins to climb up the wall with her hands and feet. It's Katie, the vampire.
Is that a vampire
she somehow
ability?
managed to sneak into your house while you were sleeping.
Can vampires climb walls with their hands and feet?
Wait, you whisper loudly. Katie continues climbing. She's almost at the window. You realize there's no way she can hear you, so you open your mouth to speak. Eh. Katie suddenly screams in pain. She falls from the window and hits the floor with a thud. Ah, I was so close. She whispers.
What is this fucking, like, Looney Tunes ass shit?
You stare at her, confused. I thought you were trying to kill me, you say. Oh, she says, looking up at you and smiling.
Okay. Interesting.
But now I've changed my mind. How did you find me? I saw you leave with that vampire, she says. You look at the crumbled husk in the corner of your room. Then you look back out the window. What vampire? Never mind that, she says. Come on, we have to get out of here. She holds out her hand for you to grab. I don't trust you, you say. Hatcher looks hot.
I think this is supposed to be a different character. The last one didn't have a name.
Well, I don't trust you either, she says. But we have a common enemy. Do you really want to deal with the vampire? What do you mean? You ask? The vampire is a servant of the devil, she says. It's not Hanan, and it's controlling the Grand Olen's army. I think I already took care of the vampire. She tried to eat me, you explain. Kate's eyes widen. You woke up, and she was climbing through the window. What do you mean? The vampire is controlling the Grand Olen's. The Grand Olen's is a tool of the vampire.
This is... I'll give it one more enter press and see if it just is a continuously endless dialogue tree again. But if it is...
How? You ask. I'm not exactly sure. But the Grand Olen's armies are following a vampire's orders. They're working together. A chill runs down your spine. What's happening right now?
Okay, this could be a plot development.
The Grand Olen's is preparing for one last push against the People's Revolution. Without the vampire in charge, it'll be much easier. You look down at the pile of dead skin, once a beautiful woman.
Yeah, I guess.
What the hell is going on? Katie puts a hand on your shoulder. Look, I'll explain everything in the tunnels. We need to get out of here. A group of soldiers charges down the hallway.
The tunnels? What are the tunnels? Aren't we in our house?
You make your way into the secret entrance to the tunnels.
Okay.
You walk through the tunnels. You see a few fighters here and there, but they're mostly empty. Where is everyone? You ask. The revolution is failing. We're the last revolutionaries alive.
Okay.
What? You ask. I killed the vampire, and the Grand Olen's is still attacking.
Can something happen?
The vampire has been commanding the Grand Olen's armies this entire time. The moment he was killed, they stopped fighting. We're mopping up the remaining soldiers.
I have to exit this dialogue tree. I'm forcefully exiting the dialogue tree.
You leave the tunnels and go do anything else. Literally, anything else at all that has nothing to do with vampires. In the following months, order is restored to the kingdom. The new king promises to restore the former glory of the kingdom of Line, and the people opt for a better tomorrow. You are in your hut testing out a new kind of magic. This magic is very powerful, but forbidden. You're attempting to raise the dead. Katie walks in, a deep cut across her stomach. "They're here," she says. You stand and face the doorway, raising your hands.
No more Katya. Introduce a new character. You know what? Fuck it.
You vapors all of Katie's blood, killing her forever. The vampire screams as it bursts into flames, running around the room for several seconds before collapsing into a pile of ash. You turn and walk towards the door.
So is she the vampire the whole time?
That was fun. I'm glad I did that, you say with glee. You hear a loud crash as you approach the door. You turn just in time to see the pile of ash reforming into a vampire. You attempt to fire another blast of lightning, but it misses and hits a nearby window.
Great. Okay. More. Why is this story about vampires?
The ashes begin swirling around you as you realize what's happening. No, I don't want to do this, you say. You feel yourself being pulled into the whirlwind of ashes.
This either is or is not appropriate music for this.
Sup, I don't want to do this, you say again. You are pulled into the whirlwind of ashes. You feel your flesh rotting and your body bursting into flames all at the same time.
This is bad. What did we do to deserve this? We vaporized 2 vampires.
You let out a final, pain scream as you are pulled into the afterlife. The vampire lord wins.
What the fuck? We lost. How are we gonna lose?
If you get a bad ending, read the walkthrough.
Oh, thanks. We should not have had sex with the vampire. If the only way to win that story was to have sex with the vampire, I'm glad we lost. I'd like to keep my Twitch profile, please. I do not want my channel removed by Twitch admins because I had sex with a vampire in a text adventure. That is a stupid way to lose your Twitch profile.
For help. If you get a good ending, congratulations, that's the best ending in the entire game.
Oh, cool.
If you want to play another bad ending just to see what happens, go right ahead.
Okay, show me another bad ending.
You play another bad ending. You wake up in a cold sweat. You must have had another nightmare. You've been having a lot of nightmares lately, ever since you saw the King's Speech on.
Do they mean the movie The King's Speech, or like a king's actual speech?
The king is coming tomorrow.
Oh.
You're supposed to meet him and his guards in the town square at noon. You jump out of bed and look out your window. The sun is rising.
Okay, I guess we're just jumping right into an alternate take on our character's story.
You watch as it slowly passes over the ski, its light banishing the shadows. You hate the sun. Your whole life is dark as the night. The sun, to you, is an unnatural thing. You want to destroy the sun. You go to the bathroom and look in the mirror. You look horrible. Black rings surround your eyes. Your skin is deeply pale. And your hair is a matted nest. You look like teeth.
That sounds like what a witch normally looks like. That checks out.
You
Wait,
smile
hang
at
on.
the irony. You go to your dressers and throw on a black shirt and some jeans. You walk over to your bed and pick up your wallet and keys.
What world are we in?
You turn off the lights and walk out of your room. You open the door to your house and begin walking towards your truck.
A witch with a truck.
You climb inside and start the ignition. You look at the clock on your dashboard. It's 11:30 am. The king will be here in 3 hours. There is no way you can possibly be ready by then. You could go to the town square and warn them. They have enough time to set up roadblocks or evacuate the entire town. You could potentially save thousands of lives.
Save thousands of lives from what? What is going on? We get some... Normally I don't want exposition in AI Dungeon, but...
You could also go back to bed and pretend this is all a dream. The choice is yours.
Let's see if the poll button works now. Maybe it works now. Let's find out. Well, these are not very good choices. Oh hell yeah, I love this song. This is the best song in Diddy Kong Racing.
1, go to the town
You
square.
picked the choice that
2,
doesn't
go back
mean
to bed.
anything.
3, you decide to go back to bed and hope that this is all a nightmare. You climb back into your bed and pull the covers over your head. You turn over and try to get back to sleep. You hear a loud knock on the door. Mark, are you okay? Your mother asks.
I guess from Mark
Yes,
now.
you respond. You turned off your alarm for the meeting with the king, she says.
Our name is Mark and we live with our mom now. I guess.
So, you ask. So, are you still going? She asks. I guess. Okay, see you later. You hear her footsteps walking away from your door. You realize you don't have much time. You quickly turn on the in your room and turn on the news. The news is on, but the volume is off. You turn the volume up and listen to the news reporter. We're now learning that the king may have been targeted due to his plans to combat global warming. You hear this and roll your eyes.
Damn, eco-terrorists trying to assassinate the king?
It has recently come to light that the king had plans to combat global warming, which many believe was the reason for his assassination. You hear a thud as your mother faints.
Oh no. Drama. Inappropriate music.
You run out of your room and into the kitchen. You see your mother sprawled out on the floor. You run to her and check her pulse. She's still alive, but you'll need to take her to the hospital. You run back to your room, put on some clothes, and take your car keys. You run back to your mother and pick her up Brazil style.
Why did it feel the need to explain how you picked her up?
You open the door and walk outside. You put her in your car and get inside. You drive off to the hospital, hoping she'll be all right. You arrive at the hospital and run inside with your mother.
Yeah, we picked her up by her ankles and swung her around like she was Bowser.
You find a nurse and explain the situation to her. She directs you to a room in the emergency ward and you walk there with your mother. You lay her down on a bed and wait for a doctor.
Where is this story going?
The doctor comes and injects her with a syringe, and within a few seconds she wakes up. Where am I? Your mother asks. You are in the hospital. You fainted. You respond.
I don't know what's happening anymore. The story has taken a turn.
What happened? The king. The king was killed. Your mother's eyes widen in surprise. That's impossible. I saw him on yesterday, she says.
I mean, that's what they do in Star Trek. They just, like, poke you with a thing and it wakes you up. I hope they have socialized medicine in this world.
It's true. He died last night. Your mother is speechless. I have to go tell your father, she says. Wait to respond.
Well, who's our dad?
What? I have to go to the meeting with the king. You do. Yes, I'm one of the heroes who saved the king.
What? No, this does not follow logically. We didn't. We very specifically did not save the king.
I have to go tell my father. Go ahead, you say. Your mother walks out of the room and into the hallway. You hear her walk away, and then you hear the sound of an elevator.
I like the idea that our character, instead of following our mom, just sits there to the point where we hear her walk away and then hear her get in an elevator and we do nothing that entire time. Okay, bye. Later, I guess.
You wait a few minutes and then walk outside. You run to the elevator and enter it. You push the button that says the elevator doors close and the elevator begins to descend. Floored.
Florb.
The elevator doors open. You walk out and find yourself in a dimly lit hallway. There are doors along the hallway, all with labels on them.
This is a very dreamlike story. This just feels like a weird dream. Nothing really connects. We're just wandering through areas.
You see one that says maternity word, another says orthoptics. Then you stop at one that says pathology. You hear the sound of a phone
Pathology.
ringing, and you look around. You see a phone on the wall next to the door. You walk over to it and answer. Hello, you ask. Hello, this is Dr. Kovas. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, I just answer random phones at the hospital. As a patient.
I'm Mark, from the Pathology lab. Ah, yes, Mark. I have a couple of corpses that need to be dissected in about an hour. I need you to get them ready. Okay.
Alright, never mind. I guess we work at the hospital now. I guess we work here.
They're in room, but I have a class to teach, so I'll meet you there when class is over. Okay. Click. You hang up the phone and walk into the room.
I wonder, you know, if it's really dreamlike, then maybe we'll end up in a classroom and it's like, hey, did you know you got a test? You didn't study. Also, you never graduated middle or high school or college, even though you're an adult. And you're naked. Exactly.
You see two corpses lying on tables. You go over to the first one and find a large hole through the chest. You look at the tag tied to the corpse's big toe and it reads John Smith.
You guys ever have dreams about being bitten by snakes, or is that just me? I tend to have dreams about me being bitten by snakes a lot. I've never been bitten by a snake, but for some reason I dream about it. I don't know why. It's always on my hands.
You look at the hole again and notice that part of his spine is missing. You walk over to the second one and find a large hole through the head with blood and brains leaking out of it. You look at the tag and read Murray Donald. You walk over to a table covered with a white sheet. You pull it back and find a large assortment of knives, saws, and other cutting tools.
What is this story about anymore? What happened to our mom? What happened to the king?
You also find a saw, a screwdriver, and a hammer. You look at the hole in the head again and notice that some of the skull is cracked but not shattered.
Ah yes, the classic tool of a doctor, a screwdriver.
You pick up the hammer and start hitting the head with it.
What?
After a few hits, you put the hammer down and pick up the saw. You begin to saw through the skull.
This song is from Perfect Dark 64. It's called Chicago. We're prepping the skull by hitting it with a hammer and sawing it.
After a while of sewing, you finish cutting through the skull and put the tools down. You pull the skull cap off and find that the brain is missing.
I guess this is a little Halloween come late.
You look around and find a jar with a label that reads Dr. Kovas.
What?
You open it and find two brains floating in formalin. You pull one out and drop it into the skull cap.
Wasn't that That's the guy who called us on the phone.
You look around and find some rubber gloves. You put them on and pick up the skull cup with the brain inside and begin to screw it back onto the skull.
This has turned into just a Halloween story, I guess.
You put the tools back and walk out of the room. Ah, you must be Mark. I'm Dr. Kovas. You look at the man and see that he is in a white lab coat. He's holding a clipboard and a pen. Yes, I'm Mark. I was just doing some experiments on the human brain for my book. Do you have the brains?
You have the brains.
Yes, you respond, holding up the skull cup with the brain inside. Ah, good. Please put it on the table in the center of the room.
The last song was a bit more, You know what? Here, hang on. As much as I love Mario Golf. 1 second. Let's, Let's get an appropriate backing track for this part. Let's see. I'm looking for the video I used. Here we go. This should work. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have another background ready.
You walk over to the table and put down the skull cap. Now take the gloves off and go wash your hands. You don't want brain matter under your nails.
Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. I just remembered, this is actually the computer This is the computer I produced the Joshua seance on, so I actually do have a background. You know what? Let's just use that. There we go. There. Sorry about the audio overlap.
You walk over to the table and take off the gloves. You walk over to the door and open it. You find yourself in a hallway. You open the first door you see and find a bathroom.
Yeah, hellway.
You walk inside and take a quick look around. You walk over to the sink and begin washing your hands. Mark, is it? I don't think I've seen you in my class.
Now we're back in school.
You turn your head and see Dr. Kovas standing in the doorway. I'm not enrolled in your class. Then why are you here? I'm assisting you with the cadavers. Dr. Kovas begins laughing. What's so funny? You ask. The word assisting. If you want to ask me, you need to be enrolled in medical school, not just my class. I'm a neuroscientist. I'm one of the top minds in the world when it comes to brains. I can give you the name of some good stools if you want. I'm not interested in medical stool. I see. Did you go to high school? Yes. Did you graduate? Yes. Then you went to college. I'm not sure what you mean by college. Did you earn a degree in something? No.
What is college? I don't know what that is.
Ah, I see. Well, Lou, you don't want to be assisting me. You want to be a writer. What? You want to be a writer? You should apply to the School of Writing.
Okay. This is a long dialogue. May have to abort it.
I don't want to be a writer. I want to be a doctor. Dr. Kovas begins lodging again. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the irony of the situation. You want to be a doctor, but you don't want to go to medical school. Do you like playing video games?
Hell yeah. Of course I do. We were a witch, but then now we're Mark. We were a witch.
Yes. How good are you at them? Fairly good. You think people who are fairly good at video games become sports professionals?
What the fuck? I went through all the trouble of getting a new background and new music, and it immediately drops any sort of, like, Halloween-themed content. And now it's talking about esports. What? I can't catch a break today.
Well, no. Why don't you think people who are fairly good at video games want to become sports professionals? Because they know they can't.
Whatever. I'm not changing the background again. We're just gonna roll with it. Forget it.
Correct. Just like you know you can be a doctor. Do you want to know why? Why?
If this dialogue goes on much longer, I'm going to have to pull the plug.
Because you don't have what it takes to become a doctor. You don't have the hand-eye coordination required for the fine movements needed to be a surgeon. You don't have the math skills for the science behind medicine.
Damn, Dr. Kovas is laying into us.
You don't have the patience to deal with people and their complaints all day. Even if you did, you don't have the money to pay for medical school.
Why are we getting owned so hard?
Did I miss anything? No. Then why would you want to be a doctor? Because I want to help people. I see. You want to help people. Why do you want to help people? You think for a moment, but can't come up with an answer. Tell me, have you ever helped anyone? Not just in a small way, but in a large way. Well, exactly. You haven't. Now why do you want to help people?
I mean, what's the logic here? Oh, you've never helped anyone, so you can't help anyone. Isn't that kind of... That's kind of circular logic, right?
Is it for fame? For money? For girls? Do you just want to feel good about yourself? I want to help people because I want to help people. You tell the doctor's line of questioning and punch him square in the jaw. He's taken by surprise, and you manage to grab his keys off of the table before he falls to the floor.
Battle of wits.
You run out of the room and find yourself in a large foyer. There's two guards at the front door, and they both turn towards you. Who are you? One asks. I'm here to help. Do you have the doctor's permission? He's busy, so I came. Now stand aside.
How did you get here? We took a truck.
The two guards look at each other and then back to you. Sorry, but Dr. Kovas told us not to let anyone in. I'm not just anyone. I'm here to help. You help the guards by punching them both square in the jaw. While they're on the ground, you take one of the guns and shoot the locks off of the doors. After releasing the locks, you go back to the foyer and see that the guards are attempting to find their own guns.
If you ever, if you ever need something to happen in AI Dungeon, just introduce the concept of punching people in the face.
You shoot one in the arm to warn him off, then run outside. The sun beats down on you as you stand in front of the doctor's house. You look around, trying to find where Elizabeth is being kept.
Who? Who's Elizabeth?
You look through the trees and spot a small building a few hundred yards away. That has to be it. You go to a tree and start to climb it, intent on reaching the roof so you can survey the array. You make it up the tree and hoist yourself onto the roof.
I'm interested to see where this is going. Because I have no idea where it's going.
You look around again and spot a white building no more than 50 yards away with no trees in front of it. You could have sworn that the building wasn't there before. You must not have been paying enough attention. You jump from the roof, easily landing on your feet. You walk towards the building, intent on exploring it. You open the door and walk inside. You find a strange machine in the center of the room, with a table to one side. On the table is a small statue of a dragon, made from some kind of gold metal. You inspect the machine, trying to discern its purpose. It looks like a metal detector, except the screen is missing some pixels, making the image unreliable. You try to look for other exits, but there are no other doors in the room. It's just you and the machine.
Missed area. Basically, we just entered like an actual point-and-click adventure.
You hear the door close behind you.
Oh my God.
And quickly turn around to see Dr. Kovas. What are you doing in here? He asks, annoyed. I got lost.
About to get stuck in another dialogue tree with Dr. Kovas.
We're not playing the game again. I'm going to ask you one more time, what are you doing in here? I was exploring. Exploring. What were you exploring? Everything.
This is just like a 12-ounce mouse scene.
Exploring everything. That's a good one. No, seriously, what were you exploring? Everything. You glare at the doctor, who sighs and shakes his head.
Alright, Dr. Kovas. You are 3 lines of dialogue away from getting punched in the chin again.
You're a smart kid. Smarter than I was at your age, that's for sure. You could go places in life. You could be somebody. You uppercut Kovas so hard he flies through the roof and enters low orbit around the planet. You take his place and sit in the doctor's chair.
There we go. He'll be back, don't worry. This is getting weird again.
You somebody, you say. You push a few buttons on the machine, and a holographic image of the planet appears in front of you. You begin to search for Earth.
What is
Come
going on?
Where are you? Ah, here you are. You press a big red button that says Destroy. The planet's name appears on the screen Earth.
Are we on Earth or are we not on Earth? Are we about to blow ourselves up? Oh my god.
What are you doing? The doctor asks, suddenly standing next to you. I'm destroying Earth. Why would you do that? It's an evil planet. It deserves to be destroyed. It's not evil. It's just a planet. No, it's evil. It's home to billions of horrible people. Billions. The doctor asks, "Sure, I'm sure there are some bad people there, but I don't think billions is accurate. There couldn't be that many, not even in the country I live in."
This song is from Pokemon X and Y. It's called Anastar City.
You individual destroy and every one of the doctor's atoms, one by one, until he is fully destroyed on a subatomic level. Maybe you're right, you say. Earth must have just been pretending to be an evil planet. You turn back to the screen and press the button to destroy Earth, but it won't budge. It's stuck. You keep pushing it, but nothing happens. Computer, you say, why won't this button destroy Earth? I'm sorry. The computer says.
I love the way it says computer.
But I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that. What?
Thinking really hard about this 2001 scene. What?
You ask? Why not? The Galvas then discover that Earth is a sentient being. It thinks, it feels, it suffers, and we can't destroy a being that thinks and feels.
The Galversen? Is that from Warframe or something?
That's ridiculous. How can a planet think and feel? I don't know. Why do you think we call it the Great Mind? Because it has a large atmosphere.
This story is taking twists and turns that I was not prepared for.
No, you idiot. Because it has a mind. A great mind. All right. You sit back in the chair and tap your fingers on the desk. Earth can think and feel. How ridiculous. This is insane. You start to play the holographic screen,
What is going on?
zooming in and out of different locations. You watch as people kill each other in Iraq. You watch as people sacrifice animals in India. You don't watch any of it anymore. You watch a live feed of your house just to see what Mum does when you're not around. She goes about her usual routine, cooking, cleaning, all the regular things.
Good to see Mom's doing fine. I wasn't sure after she found out the king died.
She might as well be a robot. But what do you expect? You've trained her to act that way. You hear a knock on the door and quickly turn off the screen. Kovas walks in. Hello, he says. I trust you're settling in. Yes, you Ripley. I'm. You stick a big bendy straw in Dr. Kovas' chest and slop his soul out of his body. Yummy. You've never tasted anything so delicious. You begin to suck up all of his soul, but you stop when you sense a presence behind you. Turning, you see a dark figure standing behind you.
It better not be Dr. Kovas. It better not be two of them. What?
Hello, Jacob, the figure says. Who are you? You ask. Does it matter? I'm here to help. A hand reaches out to you.
I thought we were Mark. Are we Jacob now? Okay.
It is the hand of a dead man, but you don't smell anything. He grabs you by the wrist and pulls you up from behind. Who are you? You ask again? An old friend. You have a dead man's hand. Yes, I do. You're not real. I'm not afraid. Why?
You have a dead man's hand.
Because you're not real. Wrong answer, Jacob. Shall I play again?
Is it Jigsaw?
You wake up in the middle of the night to find a tape next to you. It's the same as before, a black cassette tape with no markings. You put it into the recorder and hit play.
Is it? I feel like normally it's a phone with Jigsaw, not a tape recorder, but...
Hello, Jacob. If you're hearing this, then you've woken up. You fell asleep during our last session. We were talking about your day. Oh, that's right. You don't remember our sessions.
I like whenever AI Dungeon delves into horror territory, because it can never really stay on a single plot point long enough for it to develop, so it's just always a hodgepodge of all horror tropes combined in a giant mixing bowl into just nonsense that it regurgitates out back at you. It's every horror movie at once.
That's because you always fall asleep. It's quite surprising that you made it through my sessions without narcolepsy medication. Most of my patients need a pill every other session. Of course, you're no ordinary patient. Shall we continue? Stop. I want to hear about my mother. Very well. But let's start from the beginning, shall we?
Are we talking to a tape recorder?
Your mother, as you know, was a drug addict while she was pregnant with you. She took a lot of different drugs while she carried you cocaine, meth, crack, oolst.
Jeez.
The list goes on. She didn't want to harm the fetus, so she decided to quit all of her vices, cold turkey.
Oh,
it
well,
was
that's
a
nice.
very difficult pregnancy, but she was able to stay clean.
Well, that's great news. Good for our mom. I have a feeling something bad's gonna happen.
You were born perfectly healthy, aside from a few small birth defects. You had a smaller than average heart and an undeveloped left lung. The drugs your mother took while she was pregnant caused these defects.
Are we gonna have to go through our entire life? This is a long recording on a tape player.
It's a wonder you survived. They didn't catch the defects until you were a toddler. It was too late to operate, so they gave you medication and you were fine. During your childhood, you had a relatively normal life. Your father owned a car dealership, which made enough money for you to live a middle-class life. You had little interest in cars, though, and spent most of your time reading in the library or playing on your computer.
This is the world's most boring biography.
You were a quiet kid, not too many friends, but enough to not be lonely. Then, when you were 9, your mother remarried. You didn't like your stepfather.
Why does this tape know everything about us, apparently?
He was mean to you and your mother. He didn't deserve either of you. He worked a lot, so you rarely interacted with him. One day, he came home from work early. You got a phone call from a friend and forgot to turn your iPod down. It was on top of the refrigerator,
What?
so you climbed up to get it. That's when he walked in.
What? Wait, what? You got a phone call, you forgot to turn your iPod down. What was on top of the fridge? I can't follow what's happening.
He saw your little legs dangling in the air and pushed you back.
What?
Instead of catching yourself, you fell. You suffered several broken bones,
Holy
internal
shit.
bleeding, and a few lacerations.
How tall was our fridge? A fridge is like maximum 6 feet tall. What the fuck? What? What the hell? Our stepdad pushed us while we were trying to climb a fridge to get an iPod.
It was a miracle you survived. Your mum and stepdad were infuriated and blamed each other. Your mum left your stepfather and moved to an apartment across town.
How could you blame the mom for this situation where it was very obviously the stepdad?
Your stepfather retaliated by cutting your mother out of the will. She hired a lawyer and fought for everything she could get.
I have to get out. I have to get out of this. What was our name? Jacob? Mark? Jake? What were we? We're Jacob now.
You interrupt the tape. All of this seems highly inaccurate, you say. It is, the psychiatrist says.
The psychiatrist is trying to gaslight us.
I don't know where the writer got their information, but they're very wrong. I see, you say. Please continue.
No, don't continue. No more. No more backstory. That's not even true.
With all of your mother's money, she hired the best doctors for you. You had operations on your leg, your heart, and your lung. They gave you a pacemaker and a metal plate in your head. Okay, please stop reading this. It's not even true, and also it's boring. You demand, stomping your foot. But the story isn't done yet. I don't care. I want to start over or pick a different story. Fine, she says, hitting pause on the tape deck and picking up the book.
Huh?
She flips through the page and stops somewhere in the middle. Listen to this part, then we can decide what we're going to do.
What is going on? I'm just...
She flips the switch on the tape deck and the book. You hear a voice start to speak.
Please don't start telling another stupid story. Oh, come on.
It was a dark and stormy night. Shadows lingered in the corner, which terrified Igor more than the howling wind. He huddled next to his mother, who tried to comfort him with a story. You punch the tape recorder 23,085,239,523 times and destroy it. Shut up, you scream as the tape recorder explodes. The pieces of plastic burn in the fireplace. The psychiatrist stares at you and then looks at her book. She slams it shut and throws it into the fire.
Okay. I think we got the point across. We punched it and then it exploded. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, AI Dungeon may have decided that that is the end of the story.
That was my favorite book, she says. She begins to sob. You feel bad for her, so you hug her. She continues sobbing into your shoulder.
She's the one who threw it in the fire. I didn't even do anything to the book.
Why does everyone I care about leave me? She cries. You don't know what to say, so you just hold her tighter.
I was more into this story back whenever they were talking about planets that were alive.
I'm sorry, you say. The psychiatrist hugs you back and then looks into your eyes. She leans in and kisses you on the
AI
mouth.
Dungeon. Come
you try
on.
to pull away, but she holds on to you.
AI Dungeon. Stop trying to insert this into my stories. I'm showing this to people. This is public.
Oops, sorry. That didn't happen at all. That didn't happen in the least. Oops. Sorry again. That didn't happen
Oh, great,
at all.
I broke it.
That didn't happen in the least. Whoops. Sorry once more. That didn't happen at all. That didn't happen in the least. Whoops.
I didn't. Why is that what broke it? After everything. Uh-oh. The AI bot may have broken. Let me just do a test real quick.
Help.
Okay, nope, I don't know. It just doesn't want to read this line. Whatever.
Oh, stop lying to yourself. You're starting to sound like Greg. Well, it's in the past now, so it doesn't matter. Let's move on. You and the psychiatrist continue to sit on the couch.
I don't
hold
want
her
this
hand as
story.
she falls
Can we get a
asleep.
different one?
She begins to snore a bit. You watch her sleep for a few minutes.
But we have to do something drastic.
You jump all the way into space.
Fucking.
Then you float down to Earth.
It
You float into
railroads
the
me so
psychiatrist's
hard.
office and sit in the chair across from her desk. Hello, Jacob, she says. Hello, you say. How are you? Bye-bye. You jump into space. Then you float down to Earth.
Oh my
You're
god.
not here. You float into the psychiatrist's office and sit in the chair across from her desk. Hello, Jacob, she says. You enter a dimensional rift and end up in another timeline, one where the psychiatrist does not exist at all. Hello, you say. How are you? Bye, she says. Bye.
That's kind of creepy.
You jump
I think
into
we
space.
broke it.
Then you float down to Earth. You're not here. You float into the Psychiatrist of Ice and sit in the chair across from her desk. Hello, Jacob, she says. You wake up from this awful nightmare. Here you are, the Psychiatrist asks. Oh, you say, I think so. The Psychiatrist sits in silence for a few minutes.
I can't. It's railroading me. There's nothing I can do to get out of here.
You kill the Psychiatrist with one weak punch. You pick up the knife and stab her to death.
Well, that's not what I said.
I'm so sorry, you say as her life drains from her body. You get up and walk out of the room.
Okay. Maybe this can go somewhere else. Maybe.
You see the girl sitting in the waiting room. You walk over to her. Here you are, she asks. Yes, you say, I'm fine. What happened?
This could be another character. This could be another character. We don't know yet.
I'm not sure. I think I just had a mental break. Do you want to talk about it? She asks. No, you leave and go to get some hamburgers. I know, to celebrate.
Yay! It's telling me it can't generate a response to this. It's telling me it's done. I think. Never mind.
You go to the drive-thru and order $200 worth of hamburgers. The man at the speaker is very unfriendly, but you ignore it. You pay and drive away, happy with your food.
Damn, $200. That's a lot of hamburgers. Or one very expensive hamburger.
Let's go eat these, you say to the girl. Ugh, she says. You open the bag and pull out a handful of hamburgers.
A handful of hamburgers.
You and the girl eat them, not minding the mess.
Maybe we went to White Castle.
The girl's mother comes out and sees the empty bag and the hamburgers eaten by you both. Who are you? She demands. You jump into space. Then you float down to Earth.
I don't think this story is going anywhere else.
Top 10 ways to avoid the girl who is following you. 1. Tell her to touch your hand. Then pretend that you have an important phone call and run away. 2. Start screaming, I hate myself over and over again. Then you will be sent to a mental institution and your stalker will most likely follow. 3. When you are in a public place such as the mall or something, start yelling, I can see you, over and over again. This will scare your stalker away. 4. Tell her that your mum needs help with something. Then, when she follows you, run back to your house. 5. If she ever asks you a question, just say, I don't know, or I'm not telling. 6. Tell her that you have something really important to tell her. Then tell her, I have a secret. 7. Tell her a joke.
Like number 8.
Then say that you're joking, but say it with a straight face. Then throw a rock at her and scream. Get away from me. 9. Tell her that you're a very important politician. Then get in a limousine and drive away. 10. Tell her that you're going to go to space.
Of course. Just jump into space. That's always the solution.
Then go to the airport and try to get on a plane.
Just try to get on a
You decide to tell her
plane.
that your mum needs help with something.
Okay.
Then, when she follows you, run back to your house.
That's there's no more. That's the end. That's the end of the story. That might be the end of the stream. How long have I been going? A little over 2.5 hours. That's pretty good. I don't have any more ideas for stories. Right now. I think the next time I do this, I'll try and get the thing implemented where the chat can suggest prompts, and it'll pick at random. So that'll be cool. But yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for me. Let's go raid somebody. How about's it? Let's go give Balp a raid. What's he doing? Well, I see a picture of Neelix on his stream, so maybe I don't want to raid Balp. But I'll do it anyway. Though I do hate to see Neelix. Thanks everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you if you subbed. Thank you if you watched. Thank you if you followed. I appreciate it. I don't do this... I do this like semi-regularly. I'll probably do it, you know, once a week maybe. Technically these streams cost me money because I have to pay for the UberDuck Fast Pass for the voice generation. So every time I do this stream it costs me $30. But yeah, you can upload this to YouTube, sure. So that's why I can't do them super often, because they actually cost me money. But anyway, I still like doing it, and I'll continue to do it, and I'll keep making the tech better, and hopefully add in more, chat interaction, so thanks for watching. I'm gonna send you guys over to Balp. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, and a good week next week.